Hello, ladies and gentlemen, to my new apartment. Welcome. This is episode 39 of NFL Draft Analysis. We're going back to one of the first round QBs here. We're going to take a look at Drake Maye, as I think it's probably time. He is one of the more intriguing prospects in that there is upside but uncertainty. And then obviously with the team that took him, the New England Patriots, it remains to be seen what the new coaching staff is going to be able to do. I do think they will do well. I think Gerard Mayo was a great candidate, and I think they made the right choice in hiring him. However, we need to see what the team he puts on the field looks like, and obviously at the moment in that division, it will be hard for them to truly compete. But you got to build somewhere, and their starting cornerstone that they believe will get them back to the dominance that we have seen over the last few decades is Drake Maye. So we'll jump right in. He's a big-bodied QB. He's 6'4", 223 pounds. This is a thing that people look for. Obviously, the height is a good start, and the weight definitely tells you he can probably take some hits without being too concerned. So obviously, we'll go over his profile like we normally do, and we'll go from there. So his scouting report starts with superb arm talent. I cannot disagree with that whatsoever. Quick trigger to get the ball out of his hand fast. That comes with a lot of velocity to rip throws of any distance through tight coverage. His out of structure, accuracy, and touch are top tier, but can be inconsistent, which leads to Maye's biggest issue, ball placement. It doesn't seem to be a glaring footwork or motion issue, but he just simply misses throws at times. He has plus mobility and is experienced at attacking the middle of the field. He is also willing to go through progressions in a spread formation, but is still improving on where to look and when. So, I mean, my takes from that, they're going to have to really work on his accuracy. And I would imagine also his patience, too, at times, because I understand maybe just missing throws, but for a guy with the arm talent he has, if he can just get the touch right, he will be a genuinely good NFL quarterback. They still need to get him weapons, and they need to. I think they should probably make sure the O-line's good first. If you draft a QB in the first round and you want him to be a cornerstone of your franchise, make sure he's protected, and then you can go from there. So we'll move into the player traits, strengths, and weaknesses, and take a look. We'll start with weaknesses. There are times when he just misses, which can be due to a lack of fundamentals, but sometimes he just misses throws of varying distances. Lack of fundamentals is a little scary, but obviously you can train a guy up, and they're going to really hope that they're able to do that with him, obviously. Fully capable and willing to read the field, but he's still working on where to look and when. In the NFL, you need to have solid progressions. You need to, it's one of those knowing your plays perfectly and knowing where your receivers should be and when, right? So in some cases, you won't necessarily need to like fully look. You can just let it rip and trust in your guys. But for to deceive the defense, he's going to need to know how to use his eyes and his posture and where he's looking and everything to not give away too much. That will be crucial. So we'll go to strengths now. Light on his feet, always bouncing and ready to pivot. 2 progressions, throw or take off. So that's good. He has that part down, right? It's just a matter of using his progressions then to find out which play makes the most sense on a dime, because you don't have time as a QB. You have to really be just quick, and we know that. If we're all NFL fans, we know that. That's an obvious. Powerful flick of the wrist leads to good velocity. This guy's arm is incredible. Has speed for escapability and scrambles. And that's another thing too. So not only does he have this arm talent, he has enough mobility to make you afraid of him scrambling and gaining like significant yardage, or turning broken plays into gains. And that is a rare trait, like trait combination, I should say, to have an arm like he does and then also have some mobility. There's plenty of QBs in this draft where that field mobility stat on the left was like a 3 or a 4 at most. And then you come to him and his is a 7 with 8 footwork and 8 throwing mechanics. I mean, it's like one thing the Patriots will definitely like is the experienced middle of the field passer being a strength. Obviously, at least in my lifetime, they have always had weapons in the slot or reliable guys in the slot, whether that be like Edelman, whether that be Welker. Um, and then obviously you have your tight ends too. Like all of that middle of the field, it you need to be able to have the confidence to throw in there. Um, because you cannot be a one-trick pony throwing only to the outside all the time. Your offense will become stagnant. Defenses will be able to just game plan for that ahead of time, knowing that they shouldn't really fear certain things, and that just makes it way more difficult for you as an offense and definitely as a QB. Well versed in pump fake, that's great. I'm assuming he probably has big hands because he's a tall guy, so he could probably pump fake hard as hell too and sell the crap out of it. So we got 8 on decision making. That's perfectly respectable. I don't think it's that he makes mistakes very often. It's that he's, like it says here, he's not looking in the right place or at the right time, and he does occasionally miss some throws. That doesn't really mean decision making is a problem. It's just when he makes a decision, the throw doesn't go where he wants it to. So the poise being an 8, that's great. He's not too jittery back there. Accuracy and touch being a 9, that's fantastic. Obviously, it's just timing. Velocity, this guy is a fucking cannon. Pardon my language. It is a cannon. He can, yeah, and distance goes with the velocity too. He can not only throw hard, but he can throw hard and far. So he can hit guys deep quick. Clean pocket accuracy being an 8. You would expect an 8 or higher. If you're not getting pressured, your accuracy should be honestly a 10, because there's no reason for you to be feeling any type of way in those moments. And then an 8 on progressions. And we're just going to want to see this one go up. That ties into his ability to look at the right place on the field. So these are some good grades. These are solid. You get 9th in passing overall grade. That's great. 3rd in deep. That's awesome. You want guys who have the ability to throw deep without just giving the ball away to the opposing team. He is definitely that. The intermediate rank, 39th, that could come up. Obviously, you need like short to like intermediate yardage to be a reliable thing, because the longer drives you have in terms of play count, the more worn out the opposing team's defense is, the better off you are. But obviously, at the end of the day, points on the board are points on the board. And a lot of fans really don't care how you get them, just that you do. Tied for 9th in the no pressure grade. Again, that's what I would expect from a guy who got taken literally 2nd overall in this year's draft. Honestly, I would like expect that, or 3rd over. Hold on, I think it's 3rd. It was 3rd overall, but I need to confirm that with myself because it's been a while since I actually looked at this damn thing. It should say on ESPN, right? Yeah, 3rd. Okay, yep. When Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake Maye. My apologies. I don't know why I forgot that. And then the pressure grade being 26th, I'm like, okay. He does run a lot, so I think that's probably part of it, is even when if he's under pressure, he's not necessarily going to actually throw. He might just run. But obviously in the NFL, one of the biggest weapons is always having a check down that's available to exploit an overpressure by the defense. And he'll need to definitely work on that sort of thing. These are all really, really, really high. I mean, 100 on play action, 100 on passes past the sticks, 96 on early down, 99 on no pressure, and then a 91 on negatives percent. I mean, Jesus. This guy doesn't have that many downsides, besides the ones we've already mentioned. so we don't need to like rehash that. But it's very clear that this guy was it's that there's a reason this draft class was touted, right, as having it was just so QB forward and then offense forward. Like the first 14 picks were offensive players for the first. I mean, that's the longest streak in draft history for one side of the ball, regardless of where it was. And it was literally pick 1 through 14. And you can kind of see why with some of the prospects. Drake May definitely being one of them. There's so much upside with this young player. Very nice. Only a 1.9% on turnover worthy throws. That's incredible. Pressure to sack percentage was basically 1 in 5, so that's not too great. Yeah, okay. And then you can see that tie in with the one right below that. Average time to throw is not quick. That's tied for 96th in college. He's in the bottom half of that because there's 165 qualifying QBs. So that's a little rough. That's a little rough. I think they're gonna obviously work on that. That will tie into everything. It's just literally timing. Timing is his weakness at the moment, and he will need to work on that. And I believe he can. I do believe he can, but they need to get him the right O-line, the right coordinator that he can build a rapport with to work with his strengths and his team's strengths and make this thing happen. So the heat map, that is the most mixed one I've seen, I think, of any of the QBs I've looked at so far. But obviously there's a lot of red in those deep 15 plus passes. But then there is a decent amount in that short middle, like screen or even like, yeah, that's a good mix, which that's versatility. This is a good thing. This is what you want from your quarterback. You need a QB to be able to do literally everything. He does not have big hands. I am very sorry. He has tiny hands for a guy his size, actually. 6'4" with only 9 and an eighth inch hands is shocking. And his arms are also pretty short for a guy his height. Doesn't seem to affect him, though. He gets a lot of torque on that ball, so clearly he does know how to use the body he has. And there you go. He has all the talent tools you want to bet on as a franchise QB. I don't think I can disagree with that whatsoever. Really can't. I think the Patriots made the right call. Like, it became pretty clear a few weeks out of the draft that Jaden Daniels was going to go to Washington, even though the early projections had those two flopped. And I think both are better fits with the team they went to than if it had been like the original mock drafts that were coming out. I think Drake May is a better fit for New England, and I think Jaden Daniels is a better fit for what Washington is trying to move into here. And it would have been very strange to me for the Commanders to take Drake May from North Carolina after just moving on from Sam Howell, who was also at North Carolina. They're trying something different. We'll have to see how that works out. So we're going to go ahead and look at the current depth chart for the New England Patriots. As we can see, Jacoby Brissett at the moment is in the number 1 slot to be the starting QB, followed by Drake May. So he has already jumped above Bailey Zappi. Obviously, they did take Joe Milton out of Tennessee later in the draft, which I don't blame them for. Have the depth, it's a good thing. And then this pick here, too. So it's like they clearly were I mean, they're not listening to me, but they followed the same exact thing I was saying, right? So if you're going to take a QB with the 3rd overall pick in a draft, then and like, you know what you're thinking of him. He is going to be the guy. He's going to be the future, right? You have to give him stuff. So in this case, they take Jalen Polk, great receiver. He's going to slot in right with the starters. You then take Javon Baker late in the 4th round. He'll be a backup, but it could potentially earn a roster, like a real playing time, get some snaps. And then offensive line, you immediately in the 3rd and 4th draft a tackle and a guard, and then you sign an undrafted center. I mean, they're trying to address these needs. They know there's a lot of them. Obviously, like I like Ramondre Stevenson. I genuinely do. They need to give him O-line as well, right? They signed Antonio Gibson to be that other back that gets some time. It'll be very interesting because their receiving core is not very strong. Polk definitely helps it. I mean, just immediately helps it. You have Demario Douglas and Kendrick Bourne as your 2 starters. It's not one you look at and go, oh wow. Tight end, they're all right. Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper, 2 solid, in my opinion. They're solid, reliable tight ends. They're nothing crazy. But yeah, I think it will just be a case of seeing how this all gets put together on the football field. And Brissett is a class player, classy guy too. So I think Drake Maye will learn a lot from him, and there won't be any pride issues about that at all. So we are going to now move into some highlights. I need to just find the right video. I should have had this up already, but I did not because this has been a crazy week for me. Worked 4 doubles, and in between those 4 doubles, moved into this apartment. So it has been just a lot. So I apologize for the delay in videos. Was just really waiting to get everything set up and was finally comfortable with how everything was. So let's watch some Drake Maye highlights and get kind of a taster of what the New England Patriots can expect from their new potential franchise future.
5-man pressure, now a 6. Maye has a man open, caught. First down and much more. South Carolina had difficult
that was a good time to throw.
Running backs on the perimeter,
and that's the kind of reliable route that they're going to need to have for him in the NFL.
198 yards rushing last year per game.
Okay, quick step to the right, finds a man deep, drops it right in that.
With the North Carolina touchdown. And he just transferred in from Coastal Carolina where he was outstanding. Maye toward the end zone, diving catch.
That was a little... He lost grip on that one a little bit, I'll be honest. Ooh, big hesitation, lost that one up there. Honestly, should have been picked off if the defender had turned around at even any moment. Instead, big old Copenhagen gets that. That was a bad throw, though. We need to be really honest here. He should not have let that go to where he let it go. That was much better. Hit the man in stride, in his route, down the field. Much, much better.
Alice in motion. Maye's gonna keep it.
Fakes the handoff, keeps it, has pay dirt in his sights, and gets there. I think his movement was like pre-injury Carson Wentz, with a little bit more speed, is the way I could say it. Just because of the height, not because of... That's the only similarity. I'm picturing a tall white QB getting some wheels.
Alongside Maye, trips to the right.
Like he's never gonna. I don't think he's ever gonna run 80 yards and not get caught. But for design plays like that, I think he can be effective. That was a pretty good play. He had the right distance. The positioning the receiver and the CB made that a little dangerous, but catch is a catch. He had to stop. I don't like that very much. He was open as shit, though, so it really doesn't matter. But that should have been a touchdown, in my opinion. There's that middle of the field passing one. And I like that, because that was like right in the freaking... That was right where all the safeties should be running if they're in like deep zone. That was a great throw. That was a very, very, very good throw. I want to see that one again.
Off the pump fake. Looking to the 5.
Waited for his guy to make that little move in the route. One of the defenders was drawn away by the other receiver who cut hard across the middle. That was very good. That's a good throw too. Right over the defenders, drops it in right for his man. Nobody else had a chance at that.
Looks and he scores.
That wasn't a design keeper, actually. He had his hand on that ball ready to throw it for a bit and then decided, you know what, nah, I've got this.
Jones in motion, bottom of the screen.
I like that he read that correctly. Good slide. Okay, good slide. He knows how to slide, guys. And he knows when to slide because he was about to get properly murked right there, I think.
To the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown by Paysor, and he threw it left-handed.
About this kid. And this is Pat.
And he threw a ball left-handed. We love things we love to see. That's a great throw. That's a fantastic throw. It has the right distance, it has the right speed, it drops right into his man's hands when he's running full speed. That is a perfect throw. Defender had zero chance at that, not even for a pass breakup. Receiver had to make that catch. He did. Oh, no tush push, but he's in there.
And he will be called for the touchdown. So Carolina now has scored in 10 straight quarters.
The backfield.
Yep. Here's a quick throw in the seam, rolling catch.
Very nice.
And that's Kobe Paysor.
That wasn't.
Carolina going very
No
quickly.
credit to the receiver. Whips it sidearm while running, so threw it kind of awkwardly across his body, but it went where it needed to go. That is a really, really skilled throw. Not a lot of QBs can make a throw like that far downfield while running straight towards the sideline and whipping that sidearm like that. Is very well done.
As a Tar Heel. It is 1 for 1 in this half. Launching it again for Walker. He has it. Touchdown. He got behind.
I believe this is Devontae Walker, and I do believe I've already done a video on him, so yes it is. If you have any interest in seeing his video, please go take a look on the channel. One of the earlier or middle episodes, I believe. And he and Drake Maye had some chemistry. Unfortunately, they are no longer teammates. It did not translate to the NFL like it did for some other QBs.
Beautiful play design. Great call.
Trophy candidate at
He's just a good QB, guys. I don't really know what else to say. He makes some errant throws, some like scary. I'll say scary, not errant. I'll say scary. Like that's a scary throw. But he put it exactly where it needs to be. So you kind of breathe a little bit. And he had so much faith in his guy, Devontae Walker, that he's more than willing to just like rip it and rip it. And know that his man is going to get the job done, right?
Nesbitt on the run, 62 yards, North Carolina.
Oh, he makes a man miss the backfield, I think. Yep, corner blitz. Dual corner blitz. Running back picks up one, he evades the other.
A 3-yard touchdown
Walks in.
run. Heels back in the end zone.
Very nice.
It was a money shot.
Okay, so shotgun, standing back here for a week.
With the momentum,
Finds his guy. When a QB has that much time back there, and if he doesn't find a receiver, it's just kind of like, what are we doing? Right over the middle, right between the hash marks. Very efficient, absolutely lethal. Who was that game against? That's right, I forgot they ended up losing to Virginia, which was just out of nowhere.
Did he hold on? He did. Touchdown Carolina and Bryson Nesbitt. 4 minutes gone, second quarter. Maye loads for Nesbitt. Caught it in stride.
Too easy. Nice balance.
To the 25, to the
Gain those extra 5 yards. Great throw, right on time. Good route design.
Bringing pressure. Maye steps up, guns for Walker.
Absolutely guns one towards the numbers. Right to Devontae Walker. Devontae Walker is going to be a stud. And the reason he got drafted where he got drafted and the reason his tape looks so good is because Drake Maye was his QB. That's the truth. They worked together. Their chemistry was just...
Seeing that tonight. Here's Maye from the pocket. Hit as he throws. Looking for Chapman. Touchdown, Carolina. My goodness.
Every time he hits one of these guys in perfect full stride with perfect lead and has the ball in that position where it's just easy as hell to catch and keep going, man. New England, you got yourself a guy here, I think.
Welcome back, Tez Walker.
I really do. I think you got yourselves a guy.
They pick it up.
This is
does a good job there. Maye takes a shot to the
this is impressing me.
Touchdown. Tez Walker His second touchdown of the game.
Was something that he did a really good job of in camp.
All right, rolling left.
Wide open.
He's a right-handed QB. Throws the ball like 20-something yards downfield, right where the guy needs it.
On that one.
Okay, quick design throw to Copenhagen. He's going. He's a big boy. He is a tank. He's going in there. Trust me. That's good play design. And it was a good sell on the fake handoff, the immediate rollout, and just let it rip. Lofts one. He is so open. It's like a practice throw, to be honest. Holy crap. How the hell was he that open? I need to know. What are your secrets?
And because Carolina sub, Duke has time to make the change.
Get some motion from the running back. Deep ball. Tez with the little shoulder push off to get him up there. No one cares. That is a good catch. Ah, free. Walk it in. Do a little dance. My goodness. Actually, probably don't do a dance.
Continuing to run it is Duke plays this three-man front, not a bad idea.
Oh, gee, I wonder what he's doing there. In the NFL, that throw is getting picked off, man. I'm sorry. That throw is getting absolutely picked off. Cannot be making throws like that where the receiver has to come to a stop and get hit by a corner before the ball even gets there. Holy shit. Holy shit. Sorry, just because that is the wildest Josh Allen sort of play. Yeet! Okay. I gotta commend his balls, because they just got hit by a helmet, so. Woo-hoo-hoo! Nice catch. Okay throw. I mean, the spiral's perfect. But that defender's all over that guy. He just makes a hell of a fucking adjustment to that. Nice catch, Nesbitt. That was gorgeous. Damn, I forgot they went to OT with Duke. Second OT. They were 6-0, and they just had this little stretch where it was just stressful for them, man. They lose to Virginia, who was like 1-6, which is just like, how do you do that? 2-point attempt. Oh my good, nice recovery. Nothing. Gets through the gap, stays behind the line, throws one to Copenhagen. Great job. That was a great job. So then they go down and play Clemson. God, he is a fast fucking tight end. Can we say that right now? We can keep our eyes on this man. He is wheeling. Yeah, you can flex on him all you want, man. That was a great play.
Said they should be kicking here. Mac Brown said, "We're going for it when necessary."
Literal one-step drop, fires one downfield. Oh man, that's one of the better throws we've seen in this. Absolutely perfectly placed pass towards the sideline. Okay, he's going backwards on this, and he's still got the distance on that to reach the end zone, and there was no defender in position to get a PBU. He put some sauce on that pass right there. That was very nice.
Stays on his feet. All the way out to midfield before Clemson finally gets him down.
For Michael Penix Jr. for sure.
Drake May.
5, 10, 15. Tackled by Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
Walker to the bottom of the screen. Going left.
Actually, two-hander.
Give
it to him. Thank you. Give it to him. Give the man his touchdown. Give the big tight end his touchdown. Okay, he's just going. 10 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards, 55 yards. I might have been really wrong about his top speed.
Drake will run for
He
the
in
ball
there.
pylon and score. There's a marker down.
Oh yeah, I forgot NC State absolutely obliterated them, and it was just weird too. Oof.
Did he break the line for the touchdown?
Did he get hit in the head? Yes.
And no signal yet.
Dude's helmet almost got ripped off. My lord. Okay. What's up, Jalen? And C-Mac. All right. I mean, to just summarize, I think it's very clear what New England's getting here, right? Future franchise QB that has a few little things he's got to work on, and that's it. That's it. I mean, he clearly has the touch. He really does. I mean, a lot of those throws were tight windows or had to be placed perfectly to a receiver at full speed, and the balls got in there. Obviously, he's not perfect at that. In these highlight videos, we're not going to see all of the like missed throws, bad timings, bad reads. We're not going to see those. But what we can see is when the things work and when he's on, he's got it. And you just build around this guy and you can get back to some winning ways up in New England. I don't think they need to win anymore. I think they've reached a nice amount and they can leave some championships for some other teams. However, this is definitely a good first step for them, obviously, to get back to success in the AFC East. I will just close it out now. Thank you very much for watching. Again, sorry for the 9-day delay. Videos will be a little more frequent, and my buddy Alex is going to start getting some NBA draft stuff up. And I myself am going to start doing a little bit of NHL draft stuff. I might even do some today because I know it's coming up. So if you're interested in that or interested in seeing future NFL videos, just sports content in general, please consider hitting subscribe. If you wouldn't mind hitting the little thumbs up on this video, it does help us with the algorithm. We're still a little baby channel. We're trying to get there. We do a podcast. We try to do once a week. We weren't really able to do that this time around. He had a trip and then I had my move. So time-wise, we just didn't really have a spot, but we will have one coming out very soon. You can listen to the audio versions on Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, all of it. You can find it all there under Sideline Specialists. And yeah, we would greatly appreciate that. So thank you very much for being here. We'll see you again very soon.